that one and that one is Pentolin Javelin, my first earlies. So I'm gonna grab them two and take them in the polytunnel. Hello all, welcome back. Thanks for your comments, subs and likes. I had a bit of a surprise delivery last night. A mate bought me some leaves in a dumpy bag, so I'll get them put into the compost and then I'll get that hose dug in. And as you've seen in the beginning, I brought my first earlies out, so I'm going to get as many as I can planted today of them, because obviously I don't think I've got enough of my own compost to do them all, but I'll do what I can. Alright, I'll get this dumpy bag in first, then I'll get on with doing the hose pipe. Well, that was a bit unexpected, but a mate offered me some leaves. He said he had 2 bags, but I knew I wouldn't get 2 in there, so I just had that one dumpy bag, so it fills that up. I dug that little trench out by the gate where I'm going to put the hose underneath. It doesn't need to be that deep, that's deep enough, so I'll just fill that up. But I must admit, I just done a boo-boo. When I was pulling the hose pipe through, I just wrecked my comatus, so I'm just gonna cut it off right down the bottom there. As you can see, that other one there, that one snapped right off, so I'm just gonna prune it off there and it should come back. But yeah, just a bit of a boo-boo there, but never mind. We'll see how that grows this year, won't we? Whether I get any flowers now is another thing, but hey, Right, I'm going to get this trench filled in. I've already, just to make sure I've got enough hose pipe, I plugged or put the end of the hose on the end of the tap, just to make sure that I've got enough hose to reach my tap, so I can bury it in now. I have got it up this far, but it's not going to be perfect because there's the bits and bobs everywhere, so I'm going to have to weave it in and out and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, right, I'll get this filled in then. Oh, I've got the hose up to this rambling rose in this corner, but I'm probably going to have to do a bit of trimmage and prune it a little bit so I can get the hose behind these. I don't know if you can see them. These are the rambling roses, so I want to get the hose behind that really. So I'll give these a bit of a trim, and I think I'll tie them back a bit. You probably can't really see them that much, but once they start growing you will do. So let me get this hose pipe behind there. I'll get these this rambling rose tied up so it starts to grow along the top of the hedge, or top of the fence I should say, sorry. I've done a bit of trimmage. It wasn't that bad really, to be honest, but yeah, I've got my hose pipe in there now, so that's another little job done. I'm actually filling it up to put some weight in there because there isn't a lot in there at the moment. So yeah. As you can see, it's not that good a water flow or pressure, but yeah, I'll leave that in there for a little while, get that filled up a little bit. Right, I'm going to go in here and grab some of these little flower buckets and get some of my compost in them. As I said before, I don't think I'm going to have enough compost for all of my potatoes, but yeah, I'll use what I've got. But this is the shaving or the sieve stuff from when I did the carrot bins and what have you. So I'm going to get some of that and put that at the bottom. I'm going to get a little bit of that, put that on top, and I'll show you where I'm going from there. Right, I've put some of my compost in there. I've only put a little bit in the bottom. I was going to put 3 in, but these buckets ain't really big enough, so I'm only going to do 2. But I've got some blood, fish and bone that I'm going to chuck in there. Give it a little mix up. I'm just going to plant them. Blimey, get rid of that one because it's underneath. I'm going to plant them that way up. 2 per bucket, I think. I was going to put that. Let's go for 3, shall we? Yeah, why not? I don't mind small potatoes, so it doesn't matter if they come out small. I prefer them when they're like that. Put 3 in there as well. Get that out of the way. Just top them up. I'm not going to top them right up. I do, just to cover them till they start coming through. And obviously I'll top them up when they start coming through the top. But I'll probably top them up with some cheap compost that I get from somewhere that I need to get. Right. Right, I'll do a few more of these and then I'll come back to you and show you how many I got. Some of these buckets are bigger than others, like this one. This one's one of the big ones. I've put 3 pentolin javelin in there. And these other little ones, I've put 2 in. There's another 3. But this little one, I've put 3 in because there's that little seed potato in there and a little seed potato in there as well. So them 2 have got 3 in. I've been putting bloodfish and bone in and mixing it up. So what I'm going to do now is just top them up. Just top the rest of them up and I'll put them in the polytunnel. Right, as I was doing my potatoes, this water butt is full up now as well, so that's good. And I've put the potatoes in here, as you can see. I've got like a Hessian thing. I'm just going to chuck over the top. I know they're not grown yet, but you know, every little bit helps, doesn't it? So I'll just chuck this over here, over the potatoes. I'll give them a water while the hose was going, and we come back and have another look at them in a little while. Hopefully we should get some growth coming through. When I get some growth coming through, I'll just top them up. Yeah, there you go, all tucked in now. Now that I've cleared this bit out, you can see that if you look here, this is bindweed. Oh, it's gone all the way along there. So, look, you can see it. So what I'm gonna do is get on and clear as much of this bindweed out. Look, you can see it all the way along here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna have a dig around, put all the bindweed in my truck, and I'll show you after I've done that. I've had a little dig around, as you can see, but yeah, but that's sort of the shape I'm going with. But yeah, that needs to be more defined, but I think you get the idea where I'm going with this. But this is what I've got out. Quite a bit of bindweed. It was trailing right along this back of the wall there, so there's probably going to be loads more behind there, but I'll get to that when I get to it. So it's a bit tidy. I'm going to try and keep that a little bit like that from now on, so I'll probably give that a little bit of a weed and what have you. But really, you can't really see the line here, but there is a border edge here. So what I think I'm going to do, I'm going to get my half moon and cut an edge all the way around there. So I'll put you on a time lapse, and then we go from there. This is my hibiscus. Really, I should have taken these off before, but all I'm going to do, I'm just going to chop. These are the old flower heads that you get the seeds on. You get seeds in there, but I'm not worried about that, so I'll just take all of these off as well. Still not going to do anything with that. I'm still going to leave that a little bit longer. But this is started to grow now as well, so all I'm going to do is just chop them off like that as well. So I'll get all of them off as well, then I'll bring you back after that. That looks a bit better now, doesn't it? nice edge, but you can see where I'm going. I still need to go up there, up there, but it is quite a bit wider than what it was originally. This is where it is now, and if you look there, I can just about see the line where it was before. So I've more or less brought it out another foot, so it'll give me a bit more space to plant on the back there. Right, I'll show you. I'm going to take this up. I'm not going to put that in there in my compost bin, but the rest of it can more or less go in my compost bin. So yeah, right, I'll get this done over the weekend and stuff, then I'll show you when it's done. But really I need to get in there as well, because as you can see there's a lot of grass in there, but quite a lot of my bulbs and stuff are coming up, my tulips and snakehead vitilas and yeah, all sorts of bulbs and stuff. But this is the stuff that you really need to get out. I can't remember what you call it, but it's got a deep root. This is what this is. This stuff, I can't remember the name of it, but if you leave that in, that taproot will get massive and you'll never get rid of it. So it's best to get them out as quick as you can. But like I say, I'm not putting that in the compost bin, but anything else can go in there. I changed my mind. I've done it. Just done the edge actually. Started weeding out a little bit there, as you can see. But hey, that's not a bad straight line for just by eye, is it really? But it's just starting to rain. I can feel it. So I want to get in there really and get some of this, more of this grass out. So yeah, as I can feel it's starting to rain, so I'm going to call it a day for today, and I'll see you tomorrow. This is what I've been putting all the cuttings and that from the bed, but most of that's grass really at the moment. There is a few weeds obviously in there, but I've taken the weeds out to do a deep tap root, so that should be all right. That'll help it rot down a little bit, make it a bit hotter. Plus it's got some of my garden soil on there, which is always a good thing because it's like a bit of an activator as well. I've got my saw and my saw horses, so I'm going to get and measure the height of this polytunnel door, and I'm going to give that a go. But I'll get it out the polytunnel and stand it up beside it so you can see the height difference before I cut it. And there you go, there's the door standing up next to the polytunnel. As you can see, it's quite a bit higher. So I want the door to come as high as I can, so it's probably going to come to about there, so it's just below there. But it is quite a bit bigger. And I don't particularly want to cut anything off the bottom because that's obviously been sealed and what have you. So I don't know whether it's going to work or not, but I'm going to cut in the middle across there and across there and make it into like a barn door. Hopefully that bit there, take a good bit off of there, but I'll get it on a bench, I'll give it a measure up, then we'll see what happens. I might just cut it in half to start with so I can store it, then I can measure it up properly later on. I've decided what I'm going to do. I'm going to do it like a barn door, but unfortunately this bit here is just too long. So this is the top, I'm going to have to cut it off there. And this is the bottom bit. This one I need to cut right along that line, but this one's a little bit big, so I can adjust it when I've got the first one on. So right, I'm gonna get and cut this, and then I'll bring you back. Right, I've put it on the floor now. I've put some bricks underneath because obviously I've only got 2 horses, and if I'm cutting that out, then that's not going to be good. So I'll put it on the floor anyway, put bricks underneath each bit with the cutting line in the middle, as you can see. So that should be a lot easier. I can just adjust the height of my saw so it doesn't go in the ground. So right, I'll get you set up and I'll get you cut. I'll get and cut this. Well, I don't think there's any surprises in here really. Not like the old school doors. But yeah, that's what you got inside it. Paper, basically. Yeah. But anyway, I'll probably have to, I've got some, like, pallet wood that I can just put over the top of that, like that, so that I'm neating it up and it'll, well, stop some of the moisture getting in there anyway. But I'm not going to be doing that yet. I'm only cutting it up to store it. And that's the reason why I didn't particularly want to cut the top, because the top would have been like that. But yeah, it's only roughly cut at the moment, but at least I can store it and get it away. And then we're close to the right size, but like I say, I'll have to adjust it a little bit when we get to actually fit it and stuff. Well, I've got a few jobs done this week, which is good, because I've got my seasonal job back now. So I need to do a few online courses for health and safety and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, I'll leave a link up in the corner up here to show you where I was working last year. I took a few pictures and made a video of it. But right, thanks for your comments, subs and likes. If you haven't subbed yet, bell's down in that corner. Click on the bell, click on all, and I'll catch you on Saturday. Bye.